Hey,
Big T Dog, how are you?
what's up, my BMT buddy?
Buddy, maybe Ty?
Yeah, I'm the second half of your 6 inch,
That's right.
your
You are the
co-host.
sandwich to my artist. You are the creative director to my fake job title.
Mm, thank you. Uh, s- I forgot to ask you a question last week, Eric. Last episode, we
Please
were
shoot.
talking about resolutions for the new year, and
Oh
I
yeah.
remembered that you infamously partake in dry curious January most years. I was gonna ask you, are you dry curious again this month?
Oh, redheads. Just in case you didn't know that about me, I do. Well, in the previous years, I have partaken in dry January, basically the only month of the year that it makes sense to not drink. It's like the only window of opportunity to do a full month of sobriety because every other month is uh, either really fun or really sad,
Mm,
which both require alcohol. So,
mm-hmm.
but this year, much like last year, I decided to not do it anymore. I said, why am I limiting myself? You know, some people might be wanting to explore the world of sobriety and, you know, checking out what it's like to not drink and see how that feels. But I'm leaning
Mm.
the opposite way, Ty. I just wanna lean harder against that.
I agree. It's the world's already hard enough as it is these last few years, and the
Hmm.
last thing you need to do is restrict yourself. For me, I've actually had one of the wettest Januaries on record so far.
Yeah. Have you been like partying or what, Ty?
Party bro? Um, no, not so much. I'm a lone drinker. I've been just exploring the cocktail cabinet the last few days. I occasionally slurp back day
Hmm.
when feeling a little less creative. Cocktails are
Hmm.
actually really great, Eric, because a cocktail cabinet is not unlike, or like a liquor cabinet, liquor cabinet is not unlike a visit to Subway because you have a limited set of ingredients and you're encouraged to think creatively in how you can combine them. The only difference is in a liquor cabinet, it's pretty easy, I think, pairing.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. Um, but I think one like key difference between like crafting a sub and crafting a cocktail is like in the mixology world. First of all, mixology is like even less respected than like sandwich making. Like sandwich artistry is like cooler than being a mixologist, first of all. Um,
Yeah, facts.
Number two, Ty, is I think the main difference is like with making drinks, you're rewarded for putting things that don't belong in drinks into drinks, like
Mm.
rosemary or like some random flower. Like this shit is like no one cares about that. It's bullshit. But when you do that, people are like, whoa, and they see it on the menu and they're like willing to pay $20 for it. Where's my rosemary sandwich? Hmm? That belongs on focaccia. Why isn't that not
Damn,
on the menu at Subway?
you're so right. Like, there's a lot to unpack here, Eric. Like, if you went into a cocktail lounge and someone served you a small little glass that had, I don't know, some bourbon and some melted peanut butter in it, you would think
Yeah.
that is some experienced. I would
I
think
know. I know. I would wait 30 minutes and pay $50 for that cocktail right there. Um,
you would applaud it. It's almost like in mixology, we celebrate novelty, but as
you
soon as
you
you
claim
go
them?
to yeah.
You said we. You claim mixologists?
We as in the proverbial we. I personally don't celebrate mixology. I agree. Higher mixologists lamer than artists, Eric.
I mean, it's like I just told you, it's all bullshit. Like if you add like a hint of something to my drink, it's like I don't know, it's like that's on some liberal pussy shit. Like give me a Heineken or something. Give me a PBR for fuck's sake.
Give me a PBR. Yeah, skip all the bullshit. Just
Yeah, exactly.
get
It's like
in, get
I
out.
drink IPAs, lagers, pilsners. What? That's it.
A true ale, perhaps.
Exactly.
I think the challenge, though, the difference between the artist and the infamous mixologist, Eric, is about power dynamic. And I think the power dynamic is
Wow, you're
rooted
right.
in the like testosterone of the person behind the counter. So let me break this down for you. When you
Fuck's
walk into
sake.
Subway, you hold all the cards. They don't know what you're gonna say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
they have to do what you say. There's this weird like rule at Subway that they do what you when you walk into a it doesn't matter. You can walk into the bar and they have the power to say no to you.
Yeah.
Kick this guy out. I'm not serving you.
Yeah.
All
That's true.
they hold the power. Despite me submitting the order, I have control over my beverage as I do at Subway. I could say, could you put a shot of bourbon with some melted peanut butter and serve that on the rocks with me for me? And
Mm-hmm.
they could do it, but they don't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at Subway, they literally have to do exactly what you say. Like they are your little bitch. But
Mm-hmm.
when you go to like a bar, you're the bitch because, they might say like, sorry, we're out of ice cubes, fuck you. Or like
They might, yeah.
whatever. Like they can just literally say like, no, no, cut this guy off. I saw him slip on the way to the bathroom in his fake Pradas.
Yep. Eric's referring to something that literally happened to me a few weeks ago. I think the bartender cut me off because their floor was slippery. It's bullshit.
Dude, can you imagine? Some other drunk idiot spilled something on the way to the bathroom, and then you got busted for it.
Damn.
Oh fuck!
But it just goes
Ty
to
and I were
show that
celebrating. Ty and I were celebrating our work Christmas party, and this was like 17 drinks later. And Ty was real wobbly, and he had slipped on the way to the bathroom, and obviously the bartender saw that, and then later came up to me in private and said, "Hey, your buddy over there, he's that was his last drink, by the way."
it's
In a nice
bullshit.
calm voice, yeah. And I said, "Oh yeah, no worries."
What you don't hear is my side. See, I got these Prada shoes on consignment, and I'm pretty sure they're fake because
On
there's no
consignment is
grip
a
on the bottom.
is a cool way to say Value Village.
It is. Thank you. But they have no grip in the bottom. They just skirt across the floor, and you'd
Hmm.
think that real genuine Italian leather would have a little bit of stick to it, just like
It's
the
not so
herb and cheese
genuine.
bread is textured.
Yeah, I mean, I would call that a disingenuous Italian leather.
Yeah, I guess so. So, anyways, I
Oh.
digress. The point here, Eric, the point is that the bartender chooses what my drink is. I could ask for a PBR and I might not
Hmm.
get that.
Hmm. Yeah, they even like to flex on you in the menu. Like, there's always a menu item for like bartender's choice. Like, tell me what you
Hmm.
like, and I'll just make something for you. And then you're forced to drink it like a little idiot
Little
sitting there.
bitch.
You're like little bitch. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I made you a fucking vodka lemonade, loser. Now sip on that.
Damn. I
Oh,
feel like the bartender
yeah.
is more likely to build you something around your personality than Subway is for sure. They're going to interpret your essence and
Hmm.
transform that into something consumable.
That is,
And we pay big
uh,
money for that. We pay for that reflection. If you want to spend $20 to look in a mirror, go to a cocktail bar.
well, that was deep. Um, but yeah, you're right. Like bars already specialize in judging you. You walk in, they immediately assess, is this person homeless? Is he, gonna tip us? Is he gonna, leave a shitty review? Does he look like he works for the industry, et cetera, et
Hmm.
cetera? So all of these things are determined in a matter of seconds when you step in the door. And sometimes even before you step in the door, you're patted down, figuratively.
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
and then your entire experience is based on those 5 seconds, right? Whereas Subway, you're able to kind of improvise and create your own journey as you go. Everything that comes to your mouth is like a step in a different direction. You can like
Yeah.
really just like curate your whole vibe. Whereas at a bar, it's like you already know your destiny, or you don't know,
So
but they know.
they have assigned you a destiny.
Yeah,
Sit in that booth, drink this vodka lemonade.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
I think the difference here, Eric, and the reason that our sandwich artists are so submissive, submarinissive, if you will,
God damn it.
submissive,
God
is
damn it.
that
You almost had it.
um, they don't have to deal with drunk people. Yeah,
Yes,
they
they do.
do. Okay, they do. They have to deal, regrettably so, with the occasional drunk, day or night, but it's not the same amount of, or like percentage of
Hmm.
alcoholics walking through. Actually, maybe it is through the subway doors.
Yeah.
But the point being
I
is
think
that
it's
like,
more day drunks than night drunks. You know, it's a
mhm.
very different kind of crowd.
Yeah, it's a lot sadder. But when you're dealing with drunks all night as a bartender, I think you have to grow some pretty big meatballs because they're incoherent, they're rowdy, they're maybe expressing emotions you've never seen before. So you got to grow big meatballs. But at Subway, because they don't have these like really radical personalities, it's usually just like sad construction workers ordering the same thing. Then their meatballs stay small.
That's true. They're not exposed to any kind of conflict. Only time, people conflict with them is when they put the wrong sauce on, and that's something that would keep me up at night personally.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot easier for a sandwich artist to um like accept that they made a mistake and scrape the sauce off than to try to tell that construction like that blue collared patron where to go, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. So
Yeah,
I
dude, I
think
don't
the
know, man.
solution here, if we want more confident, more creative, more autonomous, liberated sandwich artists, we need to start serving Subway or serving alcohol at Subway. I think that's the only solution here. Either like Subway can bring it on tap. I would love to pour a nice like juicy hazy IPA from the Buble machine, or
Hmm.
perhaps you and I can just like bring a cheeky Mickey a Fireball in. You can put it in your Acme Studios jacket pocket.
Thank you, Ty. I think that those are all great ideas. I also think, um, if we're just gonna layer on ideas here, I think there should be a menu item that's, artist's choice. I want the artist to look me up and down. I want it to look at my, Balenciaga Croc boots and say, this
Hmm.
guy deserves a, you know, marinara meatball, untoasted, no sauce sandwich.
Hmm. Yeah, he sees your troop Balenciaga trooper boots and says, "This troop needs three meats
Mm-hmm.
today." He can see your soul, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. I don't remember the last time I went to a bar and ordered a cocktail and was like, wow, this is like so cool. This is so cool, guys.
This
Like
is so
usually I
cool.
just like try to get like the most basic shit because I just can't stand to like say the name of a cocktail to a bartender. I'm like no, I will not be having the pipe dream today. I I will be having the fucking vodka soda, please. Or, whiskey, uh fucking some whatever, it doesn't
I
matter.
I get that. Cocktail names have gone way too far gone. Same
Hmm.
with beer names, to be honest. It's all out of control. They've gone too far. Like,
That's a whole
why
different
would you
beast.
want to walk into a candlelit room and then ask for something like, could I order the train wreck? You know?
Ah, yes, the Trainwreck IPA, a classic.
Hmm.
Um, Not only is there like goofy names for that, but you're right, the vibe is also all off these days. They got candles, they got chips. Um, I don't know, these places are all going downhill, bro. Are breweries trying to be Subway with the amount of chips they're offering on the side?
No kidding. Like, can you imagine going into a candlelit room and eating hard bite potato chips?
Dude, that's the number
Just
one
doesn't add
thing.
up.
That's like one thing that really pisses me off about like bougie sandwich places is like sometimes they'll try to like um fuck with you and put like chips on the side. It's like I'm paying like $15 or like $20 for a sandwich and it comes with like Lay's.
Oh
Like
yeah.
only Subway is okay to do that. Like Subway is like OG, you buy the chips, you buy the sandwich, you buy the drink. Not fucking this like random artsy cafe that will try like, you know,
Yeah,
scam
totally.
you.
It's cause big sandwich and big chip go hand in hand. But when you go order small sandwich, you'd expect like an equally artisanal side. Even the idea of dabbling in potato chips, even slice, seems a little bit risque, don't you think? Because it may or may not be confused with a like one of those like natural chip brands.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. I mean, like millennial style packaging, so I'm gonna assume that it's like sun chips or something. I don't know. I don't eat any of these things, so I'm just gonna assume the worst.
It is kind of ironic that you spent $15 on a sandwich at a boutique sandwich spot, and in the back they're opening a giant pouring it out, whereas at Subway they're
Hmm.
opening a giant bag of like lettuce and pouring it out. So
Yeah,
like
that's
both are
true.
getting their food from a bag.
That's true. Both not so crunchy.
Yeah, both soggy.
Hmm. Ty, I think it's important to address that we are pre-recording this episode for, for Friday. So if you're listening to this, that means Eric over here is flying to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping everything works out well there. And Ty, you are going to be on the road. Is that correct, or will you be home?
I'll be doing a road trip come Saturday morning, so it's simply your schedule that's putting a little blip in this absolutely consistent twice a week podcast.
This rock solid podcast. I would be nothing
Mhm.
without the consistency of this potty.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're listening to this, I'll be, on a flight. I'll have my feet up, in the lay flat first class cabin at of Sunwing.
Nice.
Um, and yeah, I'll be hopefully eating a sauceless BMT. That's the goal right now. So I'm gonna after this, I'm gonna talk to Bay, say, you know what, place an order for me because we're gonna be eating Subway on this flight. On me. On Put it on the company card.
Put it on put it on the card, yeah. We've got some
Yeah.
podcasting funds that are about to get freed up, so you get extra guac, Eric. Go ahead, treat yourself.
Release the funds, as they say.
Hmm.
Excellent. What can I get, Ty, that, is on brand or on theme for my Mexico trip at Subway? Previously we
Ooh.
talked about how like sandwiches or Subway is like a kind of like Chipotle. It's like a Mexican restaurant. Uh, Honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind is the shredded cheese on a
Hmm.
meatball, perhaps.
If you get
But
them
I'd
to
love to hear
squish
your
the
input.
meatball, you might get like keep the meatball dry. No marinara. Squish
Yep.
that bad boy up, you know?
Hmm. Lots of oregano, maybe. Try to
Ooh.
Tex-Mex flavor.
Yep, yep. Shredded lettuce, of course. Some shredded in there.
Hmm. Hmm. I need to find out what they put in the Tex-Mex wrap at Church's Chicken because have you ever had that? It's so good.
No. Do
I
they
need to
put
figure that out.
MSG in it?
I think they sprinkle some on top, much like the herbs and cheese. But if I was to guess, I would say it's like diced tomato, um, some onion, cucumber, some bell peppers, perhaps, shredded cheese, of course, and then all the house sauces.
Mm. Do you think you could
Mm,
ask the sandwich artist to dice the tomato for you? They have a knife right there.
I know. I don't. I just don't trust their knife cutting skills. Have you seen them cut the sandwich?
It's a very good point. I, I,
Dude, I don't
I,
want to end up with like a finger in there.
I mean, I don't even know if the tomato is like has enough like just integrity to stay a tomato once the knife
Hmm.
makes contact. It may just disintegrate.
Yeah,
So
that's absolutely true.
good call.
And I've also never ordered Subway at the airport before, so I don't know if that's even possible. Like,
Mm.
like, first of all, do they have a Subway at Vancouver Airport?
I'm assuming
Pretty
so.
much.
They have Subway everywhere.
Yeah. And what is the staff like there? Like obviously they have to have like higher security clearance. So they're probably like more trusted individuals and better paid. So I'm wondering if the service there is better.
Hmm. This is my biggest gripe with airport restaurants. I haven't been in like the airport Hermes store. I'm assuming it's like the same there. But like all the restaurants have always like a few weird rules because they're
Mhm.
in an airport. For example, the Starbucks at YVR, Vancouver International Airport, doesn't accept like the Starbucks rewards program. And
Oh,
and, and,
really?
it's, and I asked them why, and they said because we're in an airport. Like,
Idiot.
so I'm sure Subway has a weird rule like that. Like maybe they don't let you
Yeah.
toast the sandwich because you're at an airport.
Hmm. Yeah, the microwave here is going to throw off the radio waves of the incoming jets.
Yeah, ground control said we're not allowed to use that.
Hmm. Yeah, this toaster actually qualifies as a, you know, murder weapon, so we're not allowed to have it in the airport.
Couldn't get it
Um,
through security.
no, sir. That's a good point. I wonder, like, what, potential ingredients they might have that are, flown in direct. They're at the airport, so they might stay fresh longer. I don't know. I'm pulling
Hmm.
at strings here, Ty. I'm trying to make this experience as good as I can.
Do you know if the subway at YVR is before or after security?
Oh, I want to say after.
I think it's
I
after.
think it's after in the international terminal. I know there's a Church's, there's an A&W, there's a Starbucks,
Hmm. Hmm.
and there's like a weird like no name brand sushi restaurant.
There's also a
Um,
weird no-name brand Mexican restaurant in a Vancouver Canucks themed pub.
oh yeah, dude, that's the weirdest fucking place ever. That's like insulting. It's like we don't even like wanna like create a name for ourselves. We're just the Canucks bar.
I was going to ask you if there's a subway outside security as a pre-security meal. How many sauces until the TSA takes away your sandwich?
That's true. I think 100 milliliters. So
Yeah,
like two
that's like
sauces.
two sauces, and now it's a fluid. Your sandwich, according to the government, is a fluid.
Wow. And technically, therefore, it can be used to create a weapon of mass destruction. Ty. That's unbelievable. Do you
For
think
sure.
okay, so what's the move here? If the sandwich, you know, the restaurant, the Subway is before security, does that mean is that a good or bad thing? Because I have to either eat my sandwich immediately upon arrival, which will be at like 7 a.m., which is a bad
Right.
idea, or risk embarrassment by carrying my sandwich all the way from like the entrance of the airport to through security, through TSA, through the border, onto the plane. Probably wait with the sandwich for like 3 hours, um,
Hmm.
and then finally, when I get on the plane, I can eat this thing, and by then, who knows what'll happen to it. Um, so what,
Hmm.
what do you think I should do, Ty? Do I
Hmm.
pray that the subway's behind closed doors?
Whew, this is quite the dilemma you have, Eric. This is 12 inches of decision making. I would say that if you have to order the sandwich before the security checkpoint, don't toast it, go sauceless, and just stick to a 6 inch so you can keep it in your carry on. The last thing you want
Ooh,
to do is have too many sauces, and then you know how there's always that one guy at security. He's like usually pretty sweaty, and he's like trying to drink his whole Gatorade bottle at once because some chap in a suit told him he can't go through. You don't want to be
yeah.
that with 12 inches of sandwich. That would be social suicide.
Can you imagine I'm sitting at the like bin area to like put my shoes? I'm not even wearing shoes anymore at this point. My shoes have already gone through, and I'm just standing there, just like munching away at this fucking sandwich.
Damn. Oh, your eventually the sandwich digested like 45 seconds, and then you have to sit on an airplane for 6 hours. You don't want
I
that on
know.
you.
Yeah, I can name one explosive device that's not going to be caught on the on the X-ray, and it's going to be in my pants.
Truly a weapon of mass digestion.
Absolutely, enough to bring down the air pressure in that cabin.
Yeah. Well, so I hope and pray that this subway is post security checkpoint.
I will pray, and if not, I'm probably just going to not eat because that's honestly the best way to get through a flight. Just don't eat.
Hmm.
You know what I
I love
mean?
that.
Yeah, you're better off
I'm
not
saving
eating.
myself for Subway.
Exactly. I'm saving myself for some fucking all-inclusive food, baby. You already know the vibes.
You need a, purity ring or something, whatever the sandwich equivalent is.
An onion ring.
And a little black olive for your
Yes,
pinky.
absolutely. Yeah. You already know I'm gonna be getting a Mexican lager stat when I land.
Oh, a cerveza of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. A Trader Jose, if you will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to you catching a bottle of coronavirus once you
Mm-hmm.
get on the beach. I'm so jealous of you. You're gonna look like you are toasted
Thank you. My
when
goal
you
is to be
come
as
back.
toasted as possible.
That's a
And
good goal.
I did cop the COVID insurance just in case. There should be.
Nah.
All right, don't worry. Yeah, dude. Don't worry, I got that. I'm covered. Um, but you know what? If I did have some sandwich insurance, I'd feel a lot better going into this weekend.
Man, Subway really needs some sandwich insurance. There's two types of sandwich insurance you should be able to buy. You should be able to
hmm
get like destruction of sandwich insurance in case the artist makes a fatal error during the construction.
hmm
And you should also be able to have like liability insurance in case your body undergoes some sort of physiological reaction as a result of the sandwich. Both could
Exactly.
be paid out in gift card, that'd be fine.
Store credit only.
Hmm.
You know how like a lot of like juice brands and shit will have like 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and if not, it's free kind of thing.
Hmm.
Like I want to be able to get my money back on a sandwich afterwards. Most companies nowadays you
Yeah,
can complain and get something out of it if you truly had a bad experience, but I think with Subway it's just you're shit out of luck, buddy.
I know. It's and like I can't even sue Subway because it wouldn't hold up in court. I made the sandwich. I feel like if anything, Subway could sue me
Yeah,
for what
exactly.
I did to tarnish their brand.
hmm Absolutely. They would just be like, Ty, you keep making horrendous looking subs, and we need to put an end to you. You're not allowed in here anymore.
Mm. You ate so much egg salad, you ended up in the hospital, and now that looks bad on Subway.
hmm
Like it's slander, really. A bad sandwich is slander.
It
A
really is.
slandwich.
hmm Because it could. There's no way it could be the ingredients. It's the you know, it's greater than the sum of its parts for sure.
Hmm. I feel like the end goal of Subway is like I'm assuming that they have undergone like many iterations of each ingredient. Like I'm sure we're on version 47 of the chicken, because it's at this so water and maybe some garlic powder. So I would think that like their objective with every iteration of every ingredient is to make it less and less impactful on your body until you're eating like you're eating nothing. It's eventually. Maybe we already are eating nothing.
hmm I think there's a good chance that whatever we're eating has zero nutritional value, and it's simply taking up space, kind of like drinking
I think
cement.
so. So when Subway goes to court with you, they can say, "We didn't make you sick. Look at our ingredients. Our sandwich has no net benefit or negative impact on your body."
I know, like you knew what this was, like you know why I was here. It's like you can't like plead ignorance at this point. It's like
Hmm.
their shit's literally not real. Like what else is gonna come out? Like the meatball is like made out of tires.
Yeah,
Like
that's
we fucking knew.
across the table.
Yeah, exactly. Me had a
So
rubber bullets because it keeps puncturing a hole in my sub.
with that in mind, I guess that means the future of Subway is that it becomes a placeholder meal. And by that I mean a meal in is only exists to act as a placeholder until a real meal can land on your plate.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the future Subway clientele is simply a procrastinator.
Hmm. And I think this aligns really well with bringing it onto a plane because um, all I really need to do is survive for the 6 hours that I'm in the air. I need to like, you know, take the sub, take the sub down. I gotta take the sub down and then pray that it's gonna keep me full until I land and hopefully knock my ass out. Because if that thing will lay me to sleep, um, then I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, I see one of three possible outcomes happening after you dish back 12 inches, Eric. Only one
Hmm.
of those three things is good. You're either
Okay.
going to fall asleep, that's great. You're going to still be hungry, or you're
Oh
going to
no.
really need to use the airplane bathroom.
Oh no. I've been in all three scenarios. Uh,
Same
and
time.
and yeah, almost the same time. But the last one definitely is the worst. Um, there's also another thing, if the subway is pre check, I have to, order it in front of my LP's family.
Mm.
And then make everyone wait while I get my
Wow,
sandwich, and then carry that stinky thing all the way through to the, boarding gate, and then what? Not even offer them a bite. So
that's a
potentially
really,
damaging moment there as well. So I'll have to play it
yeah,
smart. I'll have to be on my toes. But I'll have to report back next week, Ty.
it's a fine line you're walking, my friend. I don't envy your situation.
I mean, if I do come out on top, then you will be envious, but it's rare. Let's just say that.
Now, I know at some airports you can do the TSA pre-check where you are already signed off by the government as like safe to fly. So I'm
Yep.
wondering if you got to the airport a little earlier, you could pre-check the sandwich, get it in one of those like really like I don't know, hygienic plastic bags that are sealed shut.
Hmm.
Send have some man with a tray carry it through security.
That's really
That way,
cool.
it's nowhere near you, and it's nothing to do with you until you arrive on the other
Hmm.
side.
Hmm. I think that's a really smart idea. You can almost get like one of those duty free bags, but like
Mm,
one that's like vacuum sealed or something, where it's like kind of like when you slip your phone into it, like when you go to like a comedy club, it's like this is like sealed off and no one's touching it. Um, just to verify that yes, this is the same sandwich that I purchased at the um, blue check subway
mhm,
at the airport.
mhm.
Security, assured.
Yeah, you need a security seal of some sort. And if you use the duty free bag, someone walking by may even just confuse that foot long for like perhaps a bottle of the I don't know the Kendall Jenner tequila purchased duty free to bring home.
Yeah, exactly. That is a good move. And I might even show up really early to the airport before my LP's family, get all this done out of the way and
Out of the way.
out of the way, and then stuff it into my Ramoa and off we go.
Easy.
Hmm.
Check that shit. Eat it in Mexico.
Hmm. I know, right? I can't wait to hear like the TSA agent be like, wow, is that a what's this like weapon you have in your pocket? Is that a
It's a
foot long
real
in your pocket?
missile. Yeah.
This torpedo. What is that?
Damn.
Oh man. Last time I flew, I did get pulled over at TSA because I had a burrito candle in my suitcase and they had to interrogate me about that.
Oh, no way. What were they
Yeah,
worried about? You were gonna light that shit up on the plane?
I guess so. They were like,
Honestly, the airplane needs it. That it's so stanky on there.
it
It
is
smells like
stanky.
feet and ass.
There's a lot of feet and asses on that plane, so it makes
So
sense.
many.
But I did end up carrying the Byredo Woods candle, and it honestly was such a good vacation flex to have that in the hotel room last time. So definitely will be doing that from now on. It's excessive, but very on brand.
I don't think it's excessive whatsoever, my friend. I
Thank you.
always travel with a candle
I love that.
everywhere I go. There's nothing better than lighting up a bougie candle in your hotel room. Because I honestly think that, like, after you get like 4 stars and above, they should supply you with candles in the hotel room. But we're obviously not there yet as a society.
Yeah, that's true. We do live in a society.
Thank you for that addition.
Well, Ty, I will be battling against the U.S. government this weekend. Carrying my footlong, carrying my candle, um,
Mhm,
my Marvis toothpaste, things of that nature. All very sketchy, if you ask me. So I'll keep you
mhm.
updated, but I'm hopeful, and
Candles
let's
from
pray to
Paris,
God. Let's
toothpaste
pray to
from
God.
Italy,
Yes, exactly. Shoes from Italy too. Let's
sandwich
pray
from
that this.
Italy. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
God damn it! You're right. Sandwich from Italy. Um, Damn, I don't know what else to say about that. That's the episode title, if you ask me.
It's imported.
Imported. Okay, buddy. Talk to you next week, and hope you have a safe drive home.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you have a safe flight and don't catch the novel coronavirus.
I won't. It's made up.
On that note, think fresh, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao.